a TK and just let us know where he's at in terms of his fitness?
Yes, I can. He's not trained with us till now, and let's see if he can today. I've said, I think, 2 or 3 days ago when we played Fulham, that he's not going to be out for long. But yeah, because games come so fast, it's he's in between, maybe training with the team, or it would take him 1 or 2 days extra.
What moment do you feel you're in as a squad at the moment? It's 9 games unbeaten, but obviously I know there's disappointment after drawing the last 2.
Yeah, it's 9 games unbeaten where we've had definitely 2 draws too many, and then I'm thinking about the Leeds away game and this game in terms of the moment we conceded a goal. Yeah, where are we? I think I've said so many times the answer to that question. We're not there where we want to, but I feel we have a very talented squad, and if everyone is available and everyone is ready, then I think we can do special things. And I also think we've shown that this season with quite a lot of impressive wins, but we've also shown that we've had impressive draws or impressive losses in a negative way. I mean that. So we haven't had the consistency, but we did beat very good teams already this season. So that tells you that the talent is definitely there, but the consistency, unfortunately, hasn't been there this season.
One of those teams, obviously, is the team that you face this on Thursday night in Arsenal. In terms of then what you still want to achieve, what importance do you put on this one game against a side that is so far clear at the top of the table?
A lot of importance, because we still have a lot to play for in the Premier League, but we're also in the FA Cup, which makes sense because we haven't played there yet, and in the Champions League, and these are knockout games, and these are games where you can face teams like Arsenal. So it's also for that reason, it is an important game for us to see where we are in a one-off game, to see where we are against a very, very good Arsenal. They've been for years very good, and this season probably even better than the years before.
Thank you. Arne, what do you see as Arsenal's main strengths?
Their main strength? Oh, that's interesting. Maybe it's their main strength that they have so many strengths, or the main strength that they hardly have something that is weak, so they hardly concede goals. They can score from open play, they can score from set pieces, they can very good ideas about build up, can play a long ball. So it's a complete. They have the complete package, and that's for that reason they're, in my opinion, they deserve to be on top this season.
With that considered and how strong they are looking, what would a win there do for the belief of your group in the second half of this season, and the hope that this can still be a successful campaign for you guys?
Yeah. Of course, that would mean a lot, because if you win those games, that tells you that you can compete in the latter stages of the FA Cup and the Champions League with any other team as well. I think we've shown already that we can do this, because we've beaten, for example, Arsenal at home, and I can come up with many other games that we've won against very strong teams. But we also know that it's going to be a special game for them as well. So we have to be completely ready, because they are. As well, they are in a very positive vibe at the moment, and it's obvious that we aren't, especially because we've conceded again a late goal. But I think everyone, me for sure, is looking forward to this game, because it's always nice to be part of a Liverpool game, but especially if you face the Real Madrids or Arsenals or City or these kind of games. So. We're definitely looking forward to going there tomorrow.
Could this still be a special season for your team? I know you've had lots of problems and you've had to find lots of solutions to those problems so far.
Yeah.
But like you said, there's still a lot to play for. Could this still be a special season for
Yes, of course. I think so many times this club has so many times shown when this club didn't have the greatest form in the league, that they were able to win another trophy. and other clubs have shown this recently as well, that it's always possible because we have a very good and talented group, and we've shown this season Inter Milan away, Real Madrid at home, Atletico Madrid at home, Aston Villa, who won maybe 18 from the last 20 games, only lost 2, one against us, one against Arsenal. We've beaten Arsenal at home, so yes, we've shown that we can compete with almost every team. Maybe there was one exception, but that was also because it was a goal disallowed from us just before half-time, which shouldn't have been disallowed. That was City away. But in all the other games, we've been competitive with everyone, but we haven't had the consistency against the clubs where we usually win. That led to the fact that we're now 14 points behind Arsenal. But so again, another challenge for us with, of course, players being out, but still enough very good players available to go to Arsenal and make it a proper fight.
Thank you.
Hi Arne. There were reports this week that Manchester City are looking to sign Mark Yehi this month, and in September you did say that the club were ultimately close to signing him. I just wonder, is he someone that you'd like the club to go back in for this season, and how much of a blow would it be to miss out on someone who was a big target?
Now, Vinny is always asking the first question, and usually I expected this question from him, but he now knows that I never talk about transfers in public, let alone talking about a transfer from maybe another club. So yeah, he after 1.5 years now knows it's no use of asking that question, but you can try, but my answer is always the same. We don't talk about players that are not ours.
Also, earlier on the season when you beat Arsenal at Anfield, you restricted them to their lowest expected goals of the season. It's the only game Arsenal haven't actually scored in all competitions this season. So what can you take from that game to go into the Emirates on Thursday?
No, you definitely look at that game as well, but that's not the only one we're looking at. It's the recent games as well, and that was the start of the season where both teams brought in new players. So I think defensively we did really well that game. You need to do defensively really well in every top game to even have a chance to win it, and. Of course, it's different if you play at Anfield because the fans are such a big help for us. But now our away fans will probably be a big help for us as well. And so yeah, we do watch that game, but I don't know. But I think Arsenal will probably play a few others than they did back then. So, but their whole way of playing have been under Mikel so much the same, and he every time adds something new. But so yeah, we can expect probably a similar team, similar to way of playing, let's put it that way. But they play at home. I think their fans will really be up for it. It's probably in the last 5-10 years one of the best times to be an Arsenal fan. They're one at the top of the league. They have an incredible team, incredible manager. So I assume they look forward to the game tomorrow, but we are looking forward to that as well.
Now, hi Arne, you mentioned there before that most of Liverpool's best performances this season come against the better team, Real Madrid, Inter, Arsenal, Aston Villa. Do you find that frustrating that they were unable to make that consistency against some of the other teams? And what do you put that down to? Is it the style of play? Is it maybe an attitude issue?
It is annoying because usually you think it's harder to play against the best teams in the world or in the country than to play against teams that are not competing for a league title or not involved in the Champions League. But there's definitely a reason why it is, because I think in the last 9 games I think people have liked our 2 games against Villa and Brighton more than all the other games we've played, and I can exactly tell you why that is, but if I do so, people will tell me, how can you make your opponents so much wiser? So and we have to find a way of playing that same style of football against other styles of play as well, but we haven't found that answer enough yet. But yet is an important thing to add.
Do you still believe that you'll be able to get there?
What do you mean we'll get there?
Oh, to be able to find that consistency against those teams.
We should be definitely be able to find that consistency, and also for play games that are more a joy to watch against teams that have a different approach against us than Brighton and Villa have. But therefore we need, of course, as much players available as we can, and keep working very hard to find openings and find the right ideas to hurt those teams as well. But against Fulham, I don't think many people thought it was a joy to watch, and I've said many times that I found our games against Paris Saint-Germain a joy to watch. So then compare maybe these two games with each other, and then ask yourself the question: why is one game a joy to watch and the other is harder to watch? And when people tell me, you always need extra pass, the first goal we scored against Fulham was only one pass. So these players do know that if we need one pass, or we can use one pass to score a goal, we try to. And the second goal we scored was 17 passes we needed before we could bring a cross in. And sometimes that's needed. If you win the ball back low on the pitch and the other team goes in a low block, it's harder to get through it in one pass. Which we did in the first goal because we won the ball back high up the pitch.
Adam?
And just on that, talking about being a joy to watch, a lot of fans have said in recent weeks that football has been dull and boring. What do you make of that?
I find it really hard to hear, but it's not that I completely disagree. I would use different words, and I would take certain things into account, but I want to win as much trophies as I can, but I think I'm also known for the fact that my teams always try to play attacking football, and I can only say that we are still trying to do so. But having a lot of ball possession, I said this many times, doesn't mean you play attacking. That does mean you play attacking football, because you try to win the ball back as soon as you can, and when you have it, you try to create something. But we are struggling to create a lot of chances. But I've said many times we're not the only team that struggles to create a lot of chances. I don't think the amount of chances we create are so much different to some other teams in the league that are doing really well. But I don't like to hear this, of course, because if there's one thing I would like is us winning a lot of games, but also us playing an attractive style of football, which I think we've also done this season. And we have to find a way against teams that try to make it not an attractive game, which is there, of course, maybe even smart for them to do. We have to find answers to that, and that's something we haven't found enough yet. But we are working on that every single day to improve that.
Just on Harvey Elliott, I know last time he said to ask a question at Villa, when everybody said, well, Villa don't want to sign him. Is there a possibility that he ends January as a Liverpool player?
I think that answer is going to be the same about Mark Way. He's an Aston Villa player, so if you want to ask things about an Aston Villa player, you should ask Unai Emery.
Technically, he's a Liverpool player. He's just on loan.
Liverpool has no recall option.
No. Liverpool has no recall option.
James?
Arne, when you look at the squad, do you see sufficient depth and talent to achieve what you want to achieve between now and the end of the season, or do you think you will need reinforcements at all in any area this month?
First of all, I'm really happy with the squad we are having. All decisions that I made last summer and the summer before, and all these things are completely aligned with me, Richard, and ownership. So I think it has shown this season how talented this group is, and if everyone is available, how good of a team we can be. There's nothing positive from players being injured. But maybe if I could think about, not that it's positive, but the narrative that has always been there, that we've spent so much money in the summer. And every time when I tried to say, no, we replaced and added, not added, but we replaced and spent a little bit more that came in. And no one wanted to hear it, but maybe now for the first time, since we've only had 2 or 3 injuries, people do see now that we replaced and with very good players. And even last game and also the game before, I could impact the game off the bench because Jeremy Frimpong again came in and gave an assist. And the players that are starting are incredible football players. So this club is in a very good place. If everyone is available and we are getting stronger and stronger, then this club is in a really good place for the short future, but definitely also for the mid to long term future.
Michael, last one.
Can I just add to that? Are you definitely okay with the number of centre-back options you've got? I know you spoke about it before, and you spoke about Lautaro who can play there and Ryan Gravenberch, but we haven't really seen that. And for a couple of games there when Joe Gomez was injured, you were down to essentially 2 centre-backs. So are you okay with the number of options you've got, particularly in that position?
Joe is. I expect him. I'm not expecting. He's back now, so that's already a big help. But I think there's no manager in the world that would tell you, "Oh, I'm completely happy that I only have 2 centre backs available." But you have to look at the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is that we've signed an unbelievable, talented player with Giovanni Leoni, who will be back next season. And this is the way this club works. And as much has been said about our spending last summer, it's not that there is no limitation on us spending. We have to do smart things, and this club has always tried to do smart things to keep up with the teams we want to compete with, and that's not any difference now. But in an ideal world, you have more than 2 centre-backs available, but sometimes things can work out in a way that it has happened now, that you have to accept that situation. And I don't think that's for the first time. I know from a period of time that Jürgen also had a few problems at centre-back, and he played players there that were either midfielders or players that, I think, what was his name? He was with us. Who played quite a lot, the centre-back? Nat Phillips, yeah, he played a lot. So that has been Liverpool.
Arne Slot has responded to claims that Liverpool's football this season has become dull and boring, saying he would choose different words to describe his team's performances. The Liverpool head coach has faced growing criticism during the 2025-26 season, with some fans questioning the team's style and identity. In previous years, Liverpool were known for their intensity and clear way of playing, even when results were mixed. This season, however, performances have been described as slow and laborious, with less intensity both on and off the ball. As a result, Slot has been labeled by some as overseeing dull and boring football. Ahead of Liverpool's trip to Arsenal, Slot was asked directly about the criticism. A reporter put it clearly, saying many fans believe the football has been dull and boring in recent weeks. Slot admitted the comments were difficult to hear, but did not completely dismiss them. "I find it really hard to hear, but it's not that I completely disagree," Slot said. He explained that he would use different words and take certain factors into account, but stressed that his main aim is to win trophies. Slot also pointed out that he is known for trying to play attacking football and insisted that his team is still trying to do so. He explained that having a lot of ball possession does not mean a team is not attacking. According to Slot, winning the ball back quickly and trying to create something when in possession is part of attacking football. However, he admitted Liverpool have been struggling to create chances. Slot added that his team is not the only one in the league facing that issue and believes the number of chances Liverpool create is not very different from other teams that are doing well. Slot said he does not like hearing claims that Liverpool are boring, especially because he wants the team to win games while also playing attractive football. He believes Liverpool have done that at times this season. He also acknowledged the challenge of playing against teams that try to make games unattractive and said Liverpool must find better answers to those situations. Slot admitted those answers have not been found often enough yet, but insisted the team is working every day to improve. The Liverpool boss made it clear that while criticism hurts, his focus remains on progress, improvement, and finding solutions on the pitch.